Hey everybody, Brian here from the GuitarFactoryOC.com. Today we're going to break down Wagon Wheel. In this video, I'm going to break down how to play Wagon Wheel with the capo or without the capo. I've also included a guitar solo that's on the Darius Rucker version of this song, and I've modified it to be really cool for the acoustic, so that's going to be at the end. Let's check it all out. So for this song, I've included a free cheat sheet to follow along with. So go in the description below, you'll see a link that you can get a free kind of walk along with all the chords I talked about in this song. All right, starting with the capo version of this. The capo is going to go on the 2nd fret of the guitar, and if you want to know a little bit more about how capos work and what their purpose is, I have another video all about capo, and you can check out that link in the description below. But the capo's on 2. I always like to retune my guitar with the capo on as well, just to make sure all the strings are still hitting that green on your tuner. The notes will be different because it's clamped down, but when the capo goes on, it does sometimes throw your guitar a little out of tune, so it's nice to double check and fine tune it with that capo on. Here's the 4 chords we're going to focus on in the verse and the chorus throughout the whole song with the capo. It's going to be the G chord on the G shape, the D, the E minor to the C. Okay, let me demonstrate what it sounds like with those 4 chords, the whole pattern, then I'll break it down for you. So it goes like this. That's the whole song that way, by the way. So let me break down the strumming pattern for you as we go into this. So for the G chord, the G shape, I'm going to be doing down, 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 up, down, up. And then I'm going to be going to the D chord, and I make the pattern a little bit different. In the recording, you can kind of hear they switch it up as they go along. But for the D chord, you can go down, down, up, down, up. So a little variation. Down, down, up, down, up. For the E minor, let's go back to the first one, the down, 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 up, down, up. And for the C, we'll do that little variation, down, down, up, down, up. So 2 different ways, down, 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 up, for the G and the E minor. And for the D and that C, we'll do down, down, up, down, up. So we just skipped one of the downs in there, basically. So here's what it sounds like together. We got That's the real great way to really make this sound like the song with that feel to it. What you want to notice at the end of that whole progression is I held the C for twice as long. That second loop around, we're not going to use the E minor at all. So just thinking about that pattern to really lock it in, it's G, D, E minor, C. Here's the second loop, G, D, C, C. So really consider that being the full 8 bars, as they would call it, is you have G to D, E minor to C, G to D, C, C. So no E minor that second round. And that's the whole song. If you got that, you'll be able to play all of Wagon Wheel with that strumming pattern. I'm going to give you a little tip, though, to make the switching a little bit cleaner on your chords. When you got G to D, if you're using the 4-fingered G shape, which is the one that would be best for the switch, when you go to the D, you can keep your ring finger down and pivot over. Let me zoom in on that so you can get a good view. So you got the G, keep your ring finger down to pivot to the D. Okay, when you go to the E minor, there's not any shortcut you can really do, but I like using these 2 fingers, your pointer and middle, so that when you go to the C, you could pivot to that with the middle finger not losing. So that's a great way to make this. See how nice that was on that. The E minor, I just sneak these 2 over and then pivot to that C that way. Okay, so that's going to be your whole verse when you're playing Wagon Wheel, and the chorus is all the way through with the capo on. All right, for the version without the capo, if you don't have one or don't want to use one on this one, we're going to be using a bar chord to make this work and still be in the same key of A. If you have any problems with your bar chords, they're not ringing, you're still learning them, you could check out my link in the description below. I have another video all about bar chords. So this is now the version without the capo. We have 4 chords we're going to be using instead. A, E, F sharp minor, that's the bar chord, and then the D. Same order of strumming pattern, but just these different shapes now. So let me demo it first in the exact 8 bars you'll need to do the whole song, and then I'll break it down again for you. Here's that. Right, so again, the strumming's the same, just the chord order is different. They break it down for you. A gets that down, 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 up, down, up. The E, down, down, up, down, up. The F sharp minor, down, 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 up, and then the D, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, that F sharp minor, I'll give you a little bit of closer view on that one. If you don't have that chord, you have to put the human capo down. And it looks like an E minor shape underneath it. That's where your capo would have been there in that 2nd fret. So you're creating kind of a human capo. A, E, F sharp minor to D. And that is your strumming throughout the entire song, not using a capo, and it'll still be in the same key as maybe a friend you're playing with that does have the capo on too, and doing that G shape version of that. Let's take a look at this solo that they use in the Darius Rucker version. It's on electric guitar, but I've transposed it to make it sound pretty cool in the acoustic guitar for you. If you're liking my videos, please go ahead and click the like below. Also subscribe to the channel so you can get updates when I drop new videos. All right, here's a little demo of the guitar solo acoustic version that I've kind of made for you based off the Darius Rucker's electric version of it. All right, so breaking this down for you, let me just zoom in for you to get this kind of closed up. So in the electric version, they do these really big bends to get to these notes. So I've slid to them to make it a little bit easier on the acoustic guitar instead. So the first slide is going to be sliding from your 2nd fret on the A string up to the 4th fret, and then letting go to open A. So that's all it starts with. Now I'm going to do the same concept on the D string, but slide from 4 to 6. And then come down to 2 on the D string. So you got... And it's mimicking these big bends they do on the electric that are really tricky on your acoustic to get that full sound of those. And then we're going to do another slide walking into part 2. That down, slide from 2 to 4 on the D, 2, 4 on the G just played, so, then back to 2, and I slide from 4 to 6, and with my middle finger on this B, I go back and forth picking those 2. Back to 4 on the G, and then 2 on the G like that. So. Okay, so far. All right, now we're going to be doing a double stop, which is this 2 notes at one time on the 5 and 5 of the high E and the B. And I'm going to hammer on the B string of the 7th fret. And then come back to the 5, 5. And then I'm going to backslide from 6 to 4 on the G. Land back on 2 on the G. So, a lot of slides. 4 to 6 on the D. That's on that 4 to 6 slide. 4 G's on that 4th fret, or 3 G's, 3 strums of the 4th fret of the G. And then we're going to backslide on the 6 to 4 on the D, and then land back on 2. Let me break that down again. Okay, those slides are pretty quick there. So now we're going to end with this little half bend. That's all we need to do. And I pull the bend on the 4th fret of the A string. You're hearing me pick at the end there. Okay, and what that was again, that was so you have a really cool acoustic solo to be able to put if you're jamming this with some friends. Let me play it all together up close one more time. Hey, if you're looking to improve your overall guitar playing, head over to theguitarfactoryoc.com. I've created a bunch of cool things over there, a roadmap to learn a full guitar course. I put some challenges, games in there, all kinds of cool stuff. So check it out, links in the description.